Is modern Israel the same as biblical Israel? Join us as we uncover the truth. To understand the connection, we must first explore the origins of biblical Israel. From Abraham's covenant to the kingdoms of David and Solomon, let's trace the historical roots. Biblical Israel, a land promised to Abraham and his descendants, has a rich and complex history. It was a land of prophets, kings, and divine encounters. Today, Israel is a vibrant, modern state, home to people from all over the world. But how does this modern nation compare to its ancient counterpart? The establishment of modern Israel in 1948 was a pivotal moment in history. It marked the rebirth of a nation after centuries of diaspora and persecution. Our story begins with Abraham, the patriarch who received a divine promise from God. This covenant, passed down to his son Isaac and grandson Jacob, laid the foundation for the nation of Israel. The descendants of Jacob, also known as the Israelites, found themselves enslaved in Egypt. Under the leadership of Moses, they experienced the miraculous Exodus, a pivotal event that shaped their identity and faith. During their journey through the desert, the Israelites received the Ten Commandments at Mount Sinai, establishing a covenantal relationship with God that would define their laws and culture. After 40 years in the desert, the Israelites, led by Joshua, entered the promised land of Canaan. They conquered and settled in the land, forming a confederation of tribes. The period of the Judges gave way to the united monarchy under King Saul, followed by the reigns of King David and his son Solomon. This era marked the height of Israel's power and influence, with Jerusalem as its capital. King Solomon's most significant achievement was the construction of the first temple in Jerusalem, a central place of worship and a symbol of the nation's spiritual and political unity. After Solomon's death, the kingdom split into two, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. This division led to periods of conflict, idolatry, and eventual downfall. The northern kingdom of Israel fell to the Assyrians in 722 BCE, and the southern kingdom of Judah was conquered by the Babylonians in 586 BCE, leading to the destruction of the first temple and the Babylonian exile. The southern kingdom of Judah faced a similar fate. In 586 BCE, the Babylonians, led by King Nebuchadnezzar, besieged Jerusalem, destroyed the first temple, and exiled the Jewish people to Babylon. The Babylonian exile was a period of profound transformation. Despite being far from their homeland, the Jewish people maintained their identity and faith, laying the groundwork for future resilience. In 539 BCE, the Persian Empire, under Cyrus the Great, conquered Babylon. Cyrus issued a decree allowing the Jewish exiles to return to their homeland and rebuild the temple, marking the end of the Babylonian exile. The return to Jerusalem and the rebuilding of the Second Temple were significant milestones. However, the Jewish people continued to face challenges, including the rise of Hellenistic influences and Roman occupation. In 70 CE, the Romans destroyed Jerusalem and the Second Temple, leading to another major diaspora. This time, Jewish communities spread even further, establishing vibrant cultures in Europe, North Africa, and beyond. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, waves of Jewish immigrants, driven by Zionist ideals and fleeing persecution, began to settle in Palestine. They established agricultural communities known as kibbutzim, laying the groundwork for a future state. The horrors of the Holocaust during World War II underscored the urgent need for a Jewish homeland. The genocide of 6 million Jews galvanized international support for the creation of a Jewish state. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan to create separate Jewish and Arab states in Palestine. Despite opposition, the plan was approved, setting the stage for the establishment of Israel. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, declared the independence of the State of Israel. This historic moment marked the rebirth of a nation after nearly 2,000 years of diaspora. The Declaration of Independence was met with both jubilation and immediate conflict. Neighboring Arab states launched a military intervention, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the newly formed Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, managed to secure the survival of the nascent state. The war resulted in significant territorial gains for Israel, but also left deep scars and unresolved conflicts. The war also led to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs, creating a refugee crisis that continues to impact the region today. Shabbat, the weekly day of rest, is a cornerstone of Jewish life, observed by Jews around the world. This tradition dates back to the biblical commandment to keep the Sabbath holy. Jewish festivals such as Passover, Hanukkah, and Sukkot are deeply rooted in biblical history. These celebrations commemorate significant events and reinforce the cultural and religious identity of the Jewish people. The Western Wall, a remnant of the Second Temple, remains a sacred site for prayer and pilgrimage. It symbolizes the enduring connection to Jerusalem, the spiritual heart of biblical and modern Israel. Synagogues, the centers of Jewish worship and community life, continue to play a vital role. Torah study, a practice dating back to ancient times, remains central to Jewish education and spiritual growth. Religious leaders and scholars emphasize the importance of maintaining traditions that have been passed down through generations. These practices provide a sense of continuity and identity for the Jewish people. Modern Israel is a melting pot of cultures, with Jewish immigrants from around the world bringing their unique traditions and customs. This diversity enriches the cultural tapestry of the nation. The cultural and religious continuity between biblical and modern Israel is a testament to the resilience and enduring faith of the Jewish people. For many Jews, modern Israel represents the fulfillment of biblical prophecies and the continuation of a divine covenant. Let's hear from Jewish theologians about the spiritual significance of Israel. The covenant with Abraham, the visions of the prophets, and the return to the Promised Land are central themes in Jewish theology. These elements underscore the belief in a divinely ordained connection between the ancient and modern state. Christian perspectives on Israel are diverse. Some view the establishment of modern Israel as a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, while others see it as a complex political event. Let's explore these viewpoints. Christian Zionism interprets the return of the Jewish people to Israel as a sign of the approaching end times, as foretold in the New Testament. This belief influences political and religious support for modern Israel. In Islam, Jerusalem holds profound significance as the location of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam. Islamic perspectives on Israel are shaped by both religious and political factors. Interfaith dialogues and peace initiatives seek to bridge theological differences and promote mutual understanding. These efforts highlight the shared spiritual heritage and the potential for cooperation. The theological perspectives on Israel are as diverse as they are profound. Understanding these viewpoints helps us appreciate the complex spiritual landscape that connects biblical and modern Israel. Israel's political system is a parliamentary democracy, characterized by a multi-party system and frequent elections. This democratic framework is a stark contrast to the monarchies and tribal confederations of biblical Israel. Political analysts highlight the challenges and opportunities faced by modern Israel. Issues such as security, economic development, and social integration are at the forefront of the national agenda. Security remains a critical concern for Israel. The Israeli Defense Forces play a vital role in protecting the nation, much like the armies of ancient Israel defended their territories. Modern Israel is home to a diverse population, including Jews from various ethnic backgrounds, Arab citizens, Druze, and other minority groups. This diversity enriches the cultural fabric of the nation, but also presents unique social challenges. Social movements and civil society organizations actively engage in shaping Israeli society. From advocating for equal rights to addressing economic disparities, these groups reflect the dynamic and evolving nature of modern Israel. The political history of modern Israel is marked by significant events, including peace treaties with neighboring countries and ongoing conflicts. These events have shaped the nation's identity and its role in the region. Israel is a treasure trove of archaeological sites. Excavations in places like Jerusalem, Megiddo, and Masada have unearthed artifacts that offer insights into ancient Israelite civilization. Artifacts like pottery, inscriptions, and ancient scrolls provide a glimpse into the daily life, religious practices, and governance of biblical Israel. These findings help us understand the cultural and historical context of the biblical narratives. One of the most significant discoveries is the Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient manuscripts found in the Qumran caves. These texts include some of the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, offering invaluable insights into the religious life of ancient Israel. The City of David, an archaeological site in Jerusalem, has revealed structures and artifacts dating back to the time of King David and Solomon. These discoveries provide evidence of the biblical accounts of Jerusalem's early history. Archaeologists and historians emphasize the importance of these discoveries in bridging the gap between biblical texts and historical reality. Their work helps us piece together the story of ancient Israel. Masada, a fortress overlooking the Dead Sea, is another key site. It was the last stronghold of Jewish rebels against the Romans in 73 CE. The remains found here tell a story of resistance and tragedy. Modern Israel is a vibrant, dynamic nation, home to people from diverse backgrounds and cultures. Its existence is a testament to the resilience and enduring faith of the Jewish people. Is modern Israel the same as biblical Israel? The answer may depend on your viewpoint. What is clear is that the story of Israel is one of continuity and change, faith and resilience, ancient promises and modern realities.